Hello everyone and welcome, and today is going to be a tutorial on how to change the interior on the brand new B7L Eclipse 1.5. Well, it's not really new, it's been out a long time, but thanks to the people that made the bus, they removed it. Well, no, they didn't remove it, it got lost, and then they wouldn't re-upload it, and then a YouTuber uploaded it themselves privately, and yeah, sent it. But anyway, then after a while, it did come back out again at Christmas time, but hey ho. Anyway, guys, the main part that every person, if you ever see, is doing, like, mainly like the interior, um, ah, they're all doing the exterior, which, is the outside of the bus, which is a lot of people. Okay, don't know what the hell that is. But anyway, is the exterior, which some of you might know how to do, some of you don't. This is currently my work in progress. I've still got a long way to go, but never mind. The exterior is actually quite easier on the new version compared to the old version, but the interior is the worst thing. Because with the old one, you used to be able to just literally go into your folder, wherever your Eclipse is, and you could click on textures, and you could change the files accordingly. Not this one, not this one, not this one. For example, you'd find the floor, you could change the floor there, you then find the one that says wall, there's the colour of the wall, you could change it, but you can't anymore. It's a pain in the ass, because what you get is something even worse. Yes, even worse. What could be even worse than that? A whole one of these. This is the interior of the new version. It is pretty much the same as the old version. Like, this bus hasn't changed whatsoever. The only thing that's changed is the front, which, yes, it's nice to have a nice new front, but they could have changed the back as well, which would have been nicer, because all the previous, after 04, they all had a big full back window instead of the little crappy piece of window there on the new version. But anyway, let's get into this. My current interior I've modified there, but I'm going to use um, the blank one to show you how to do it. It's pretty simple, but it does take a lot of effort and time, and this will set to whatever vehicle you have. The interior will change, so if you ever want a different interior, you might have to copy loads and just rename it. As you could tell, I had interior original, which is this one that I haven't changed. But yeah, anyway, before you even start trying to do anything to this, what you need is this little tab here. I had it hidden on the other screen. You need to click on a new layer, and before you do this, maybe renaming it to the edit or something, whatever you want to name it. But then you want to click on this here, and that button there, guys, is the properties. You want to click on multiply for this part, because if you go editing this, you will lose all the detail. Because if I go back to the background, say, oh, I want the walls to be black, you click that, and yeah, you're fucked there, aren't you? But anyway, guys, this is also for paint.net. If any of you are unsure, paint.net is right easier. But anyway, once you've done that, you need to just stay on that layer. That's all you need to do. And say I wanted the whole interior blue. You just literally create shapes, because it's easier than filling. If I wanted the whole interior blue, I could just do that, and the interior would now be blue. Which, yeah, you might not like it being that sort of solid blue, but you sort of get my point there. Because my interior is pretty multi-coloured. It's mainly cream, a nice creamy colour, and then darkish blue, which gives it a nice sort of look, because I'm trying to replicate this bus. So yeah, that's my interior. It will look slightly patchy when you're doing it. It doesn't actually matter what this file looks like whatsoever. It could be whatever colour you want. The only problem you will have is when you have like a black sort of seating here. You will have some problems, because if you do that, it will still appear as black and not your colour, which I regret I did now. But if you want to change that, there are some adjustments you could do, which is turn everything. No, wrong button. No, one sec. No, didn't want invert colors. That's only because I haven't clicked on background. That's why. You on here you can change things. I didn't want invert colors. That sort of makes it look like an X-ray machine. But there's, I think it's this one, because you sort of want it. No, no. I guess you could maybe make it lighter, but for some reason the color here isn't changing, which sucks. Maybe if I completely undo all those edits, it then might work. Maybe. No. No, that's a shame. Sorry, guys. I'm just quickly experimenting here on the video. I don't know why. Aha. This is what you might want. That makes it dark. If you wanted to make it really darker, you could. But no, what I'm trying to get at, I guess if you make it to this sort of extent, you might be okay. It's just when you're trying to do the colors, do coloring on black items, it sort of doesn't work compared to if you make it lighter. Those seats will now be actually blue because of the black. It is a little pain in the fiddle, but the person who made this should have made it slightly more easier. But never mind. We've got there, but I'm going to leave it as the original for now. So I'm going to go back to here. But anyway, the certain parts of the vehicle you might want to know is this is obviously the front of the vehicle, where the interior, where your cockpit is. This is the inside window. The main part of literally just editing the interior is just making squares and rectangles over certain parts. Remember to use this select tool, because this part here is the seating. As you can see on the wall is, if you hang on, I'm going to rotate this item. No, I want to just to quickly show you, I want to rotate this. Yeah, if you rotate it this way, for example, and then selected this to paint, let's say you want to change the color of the walls, these are the colors of the wall, hence these little L shapes. These are actually the seat markings on the side of the bus to make it look more detailed. And then there you can see is the little flip up seats. It sort of makes more sense, guys, if you do rotate this, because it will be much easier for you, a hell of a lot easier for you, because hey, you can now sort of get it, because if you looked at the bus interior, that would be that sort of shape, and then this part here is still upside down, so maybe you might want to look at it the other way, but it all depends on which way you would want to, have it rotated. But anyway, these are the walls, guys, these parts here. So you don't want to ever use the fill. You just want to literally create rectangles, and obviously not on that mode. You always want to make sure you got the right layer, because then it'll be transparent, so you still get the detail. Because if not, if you put it in the game, you lose all the detail of the vehicle whatsoever. Also, when you're doing the front of this part, this is not just the front of the part, just the front at all. This little bit here, which I have something stupidly selected. This part here is still not working. I don't know why. There we go. This part here is the front, where when you're sat in the cockpit and look upwards towards the roof, that's that part that is up there that's got the logos on. You change that. This part here is also mainly a little decal sort of thing. This is mainly the door area of the vehicle, and then these are also above the walls. This stripping here is where above the walls of the bus, that's the color of the stripping, so you might want to change that up to you. But if you look at the original interior and then edit this as you go along, so say I edited that and then open OMSI and just keep deleting the bus, leave OMSI open, just keep deleting it to get the colors you want it, and make sure you know which they are. There is some bit you want to leave blank, which I'm going to now highlight in red. This section here, which is transparent, this you do not want to touch, because this is where your destination display is on the outside of the vehicle. Yeah, And if you changed, if say you had, if you changed that and that there was, you know, say blue, your destination display sign will have blue there. And I guess it is maybe a cool thing if you got the colors right, because you could change the color of the destination background. Because I did have it as cream there, that little slither was cream, and when I had my destination board, I just had a slither of cream, and then the standard yellow lettering, so you couldn't actually see the destination display whatsoever. But yeah, this is mainly pretty simple. You just literally have to select where you want or what colors you changed, and you literally always have to have OMSI open all the time. If you don't have OMSI open, then yeah, you're pretty screwed in some sort of sense. But once again, these panelings are the walls. When you're doing this section here in orange, that is now orange. This is the roof section. This section is the roof. You don't want to change this unless you want a different color roof. That is, again, I wanted mine to stay original. And then also the side paneling from where you have the roof and then the sides, that is here. So say you wanted to do the bus interior to I don't know, say you wanted to have an advert. Okay, say you wanted an advert on your bus. Say you want an advert, because if you go in some buses, they have all adverts on the stripping there, like old day rider, blah blah blah. You would literally just get the image, shrink it down, rotate it obviously, and just, you know, shove it there. There's your advert. That's your advert done there. There's your advert, you know. I'm actually going to actually do that to my actual one, so just bear with me a moment, and I might be able to get this going. And I will show you this, the one I've done in the game. Where is it? There we go. I'm going to add myself a logo, see how well it turns out. I'm just thinking maybe when you do actually add a logo, obviously when you're doing most of this, stay zoomed in so you can actually do it more accurate. But when you're adding a logo, I would like to actually suggest control, because then you get, no, not control, shift, so then it stays perfectly. When you're doing this, also remember the shift key if you're resizing stuff like that, so it stays the same proportion. Yeah, there we go. So when you're doing this, do it for like adverts, put it on the background section, because otherwise, as you can tell on here, if I zoom in and then move this, it's transparent, which you sort of don't want at all. Unless you wanted it transparent, but maybe not. I'm just going to go save this and flatten it. Yeah, maybe that worked, maybe that didn't. Give me a moment. Just gonna wait for it to load. You know. Yeah, it will take a little second because I've got a lot of crap open up here, which you can't see. So you're gonna load. Sometimes it doesn't load and it's a pain in the backside. And this is probably going on forever and you're probably gonna be sick of this by now. But yeah, I also will do a tutorial if some of you don't know how to do the interior. The exterior is pretty much the sort of same way of doing this, but yeah, I will show you. I don't think OMSI wants to open with me. Does not want to play ball. Doesn't want to play ball. No, game already running. But it's not running. Aha, it is running, so now I just need to now add that. So do bear with me, because I don't actually have OMSI 2. Actually, it works on desktop. I'm going to leave it like this because I think it will work better. Might work better, maybe. Don't know. Yeah, it's going to take a hell of a long time now to load OMSI. I would skip this, guys, but I will in the comments box below add some skip buttons because I can't edit the video on this at the moment because I deleted it in a rage. Yeah. Sony Vegas being a bitch, so yeah, fucking hit that delete button. I will be bringing lots more OMSI stuff out, guys, but I guess I just haven't had time recently, but I will soon. Come on, stop building and refreshing the terrain. Yeah, guys, if you do want to optimize OMSI, make sure you click load whole map at the beginning, because then you don't get the bus just randomly stops, and then you get like some crappy red text saying loading next tile and shit like that. Also, if you click tile count really high, it actually just doesn't make much difference whatsoever. If you just set the tile count on 1, it just slows the game down. It makes no difference. I still have to try fancy graphics mod. I'll try that in a video with you guys. But anyway, this is loaded now. Maybe, maybe not. We currently have a black screen, which is very, very useful. I don't think I've ever seen anything more useful in my life. I hear the sound of the engine running through my headphones. No. Yeah, there we go. What I'm expecting. Sometimes OMSI is a bitch and doesn't let me record it. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, here we go. Anyway, guys, here is the interior of mine. I think you can see, yes, you can. It will be sort of wedged on this video, guys, because of I'm using 2 monitors, so it's wedging it together. As you can see, this is the cream inside, which I changed it to, and then the darker blue sort of interior, as you can see here, and then the walls that I changed. As you can see there, guys, there is my logo that I put on the wall inside the bus. I'm going to be playing around with that a lot because I didn't think about that earlier whatsoever. I'm going to be having some fun editing that later, because that is currently upside down, but it sort of does make it bow the way it loads. And also, guys, you will have a problem with this sort of thing up here. I do not know why, but there is some sort of bug with this vehicle that is always on the roof. So yeah, the interior on this is now cream roof, and then the darkish blue. I did change the seats. Another thing you might also want to do, guys, because on some version the ticket machine doesn't work, just edit the script at the front and just write that on it. Even though it does work, you just no text doesn't appear, so that's a shame. But yeah, as you can see, this is my lovely bus, which is very, very nice. But anyway, that's the end of this video, and I will be doing some more videos, especially on editing this interior, because I actually didn't think of adding logos there until this video, but I'm just gonna go undo that, back to that, and just leave it as normal for now. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more OMSI freeware. Oh yeah, free. Yeah, I'm never gonna be doing anything that you got to pay for. Yeah, if it's something you pay for, there might be a sneaky download link. You know, you never know. So you know. The London map, there might be a sneaky download at some point, you know, for you to download that without having to pay £3. What a waste of money that trial was. Don't know why you need to pay £3. Or the full version, you might be able to get a sneaky version of that if I get it. And I do have some other maps that you pay for that I can give a sneaky download at some point, so stay tuned.